are you against London?
No, I like London. I also used to teach near Stratford. It's a shit pit.
Oh, nice. Got better. When did you teach there?
4 or 5 years ago.
Oh. I don't have ice either. I just don't trust it.
You don't trust the ice?
No, I was told years ago you shouldn't have ice because there's a reason. I can't remember what it was, but there is a reason that. And this girl I really fancied. So I thought I would go to the tennis court on my own and practice my serve, and I thought that would be impressive. But now I look at it, I'm like, I've got no friends.
Hello and welcome to Francis Foster Sort Your Life Out, the show where I indeed sort your life out. And what we do is we get an expert in life to come along, that's you, to come and sort your life out, to sort your problems out. This week we've got none other than the wonderful comedian. It's Mark Simmons. Hello, mate. How are you?
Good, thank you. It's great to be here.
It is good. It is good to have you here. How have you been, Mark?
I've been all right. Yeah, I've been busy. I've got lots going on. I'm just off to Australia soon and trying to get all that stuff sorted before going over there and stuff. But yeah, no, it's good. Really good.
So there you go. So not only are you sorting your stuff out, you're going to sort people's problems out. You good at sorting people's problems out, Mark?
I don't really, but I'm up for the challenge.
Right, that doesn't instill people with a lot of confidence, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. Let's do it again. Are you good at sorting people's problems out?
Yes.
That was even worse. That was actually worse.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Yeah, okay. One more time. Mark, are you good at sorting people's problems out?
Absolutely.
That was just creepy. Okay. Right, fair enough. We're going to do the first one.
Oh, we got it on the thing.
Yeah, we got it on the thing.
Got it on the screen.
We're on the screen, mate. No expense spared here, Mark.
Where are these coming from?
These are coming from the people,
internet.
The people who watch the show.
Right, so okay, great.
Yeah, so you excited?
Yeah.
You up for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Dear Francis, my parents think I'm irresponsible for not owning a house, but they paid 40 grand for theirs while I can't even afford rent. Should I explain economics to them or just nod while they tell me to stop buying lattes?
Blimey. Do you think the lattes thing is a thing? Do you think if people don't... That's not true, is it?
I mean...
I go to Pret and I've got the Pret subscription.
Yeah.
And they only cost me £2 a coffee now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it costs £5 for the month.
Yeah.
This isn't a sponsored ad, but it's a good deal. It used to be you pay £25 a month and you get all free coffees, 5 coffees a day, and it was incredible. Yeah. And then I think they realised that that's not a good business plan.
Yeah.
So I don't think if I stopped that would help because it's only £2 a coffee.
That is a good point, and the price of property now is ridiculous. Do you own your own property, Mark?
No, but I'm currently going through the process of trying to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, I'm learning. This is a hot topic for me because I am learning about this stuff.
Yeah.
So, and there's lots of financial things that I didn't know about that could have helped me. So this might help.
Okay.
This won't help. Hang on. This might help this person in 4 years' time. Okay. Because have you guys heard of a lifetime ISA?
No.
Haven't you?
No.
No, neither had I. But what you got to do, you start a lifetime ISA, and don't quote me on the exact amounts because I didn't do it because I was too late. But if you put for every, I think the government match what you put in there.
Yeah.
So, or maybe for every 5 grand they'll put £1,000 in, or something like that. Every 4 grand. So I could have had 4 grand or 5 grand.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about it. So yeah, there you go. So start a lifetime ISA. That's good advice.
Yeah, it is.
I genuinely didn't think I'd actually be able to provide anything for people, but here we go.
Mark, you're absolutely nailing it. I mean, yeah, you've got a tour which is selling out. Are you minted now?
I'm not minted.
Yeah, you are.
Basically, the tour's been doing all right.
Yeah. How many dates?
216.
Boom.
So I am trying to buy. I'm trying to be sensible with any money I've accumulated. So
what does that mean, being sensible?
Well, I'm going to buy property, or try to.
Okay. So what are you going to buy? Like a mansion?
Yeah, I've got a flat in Stratford, so that would be a mansion in Kent, probably.
Yeah.
That's depressing. When I look at what you spend on a flat in London, and just if you're going to do that, never look to see what you can buy elsewhere, because I'd have got, you get 3 bedrooms and a driveway and all sorts.
Yeah. I mean, why Stratford?
Stratford. Oh, it's where I was living, and it's a good place for a comedian to live because it's Oh, you look like you're not convinced by this.
No.
So are you against London?
No, I like London. I live in London. I also used to teach near Stratford. It's a shit pit.
Oh, nice. Got better. When did you teach there?
I taught in Newham, which is...
When?
That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's quite recent. But no, I love it. I really love it. It depends where you are, I suppose, in Stratford.
You love Stratford.
But I'm a West Ham fan.
Well, so am I.
So that helps.
Yeah.
So why are you slagging off Stratford?
Because it's shit.
Yeah, but for the place I want to buy, you can see the West Ham Stadium from the flat. Brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
And that is the only plus. No. And the tube lines, there's all the tube lines. There's the Elizabeth line, there's all that stuff. Brilliant.
Yeah.
The roads in and out of London, easy to get around the country.
Yeah.
Above the water, so you've not got to do the tunnel or the thing unless you're going to Kent.
Yeah.
You've got the fast train back to Kent, where I'm from.
Yeah.
What, are you not convinced?
No, because I've been to Stratford.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where do you live now?
I live in North London.
Oh, yeah. I used to live in North London. It is nice in North London.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I refuse to leave, Mark.
Yeah, well, fair enough. One day I might move there, but it's really good. And my tour support and good friend Danny Ward lives in Stratford, which will be about 4 minutes away. So that's convenient for when we drive to gigs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So what should this person do?
So get a lifetime ISA.
Yep, get a lifetime ISA.
Yep. Doesn't really give a lot of detail about anything else, does it?
No.
Like I don't know what they do for a living, or what they are spending their money on.
I think they're frustrated because the price of property has become unaffordable.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If you think, like, joking aside, but you're a very successful comedian. You sell out, 200 of your own dates. You know, you're going to be playing the Hackney Empire very soon. You did 7 Leicester Square theatres. That's around 3,000 people you played to just in London alone.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're looking at a place in Stratford.
That just says it all. Yeah, I suppose it's interesting. So, tell you what, something I noticed, which whenever you say to someone you're buying a flat, they always say congratulations.
Yes.
Which is a lovely thing to say, and it is a cool thing. But it shouldn't be like that, should it?
No.
Like, it shouldn't be unusual to be able to buy a house.
No.
But it is, and I find that quite weird.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think it is quite weird that, that we say congratulations to people when they're doing something like buying a place. Whereas when our parents did it, it was just something you did.
Yeah, exactly. I doubt anyone said congratulations back then.
No. Because what is there to congratulate people on?
Yeah.
You got married, you then had kids, and that's how it worked.
I haven't done any of that stuff.
Haven't you?
No, have you done that stuff?
No.
No.
Do you want to get married?
No, not really.
Do you want kids?
It's not something that's ever sort of jumped out at me as something I want. I'm not totally against it, but the situation would have to be right. But I'm getting older now, 40.
You are 40?
Goddamn 40.
But you do have the look of a man who was in a successful indie band 15 years ago.
Yeah, I was talking about that on stage yesterday, actually, because someone said something about, like your hair. And I was like, I've had this since 2006. And it was cool then.
It was cool.
Yeah,
I remember it.
But now it's like, now it's a look. It's like a comic look.
It is.
Because no one has it. And it kind of does sort of stand out a bit. So that's why I sort of kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
come round again one day.
It will do.
Maybe I'll bring it back. Maybe it's me that's destined to bring it back.
Let's not go too far. But if somebody said to you, if you walked in a pub and you went, you know who that is? And you went, no. And you went, that's the bassist from the indie band, the Monkey Flowers. Everybody would be like, yeah, I remember the Monkey Flowers. They were great. They did that song. They would go, yeah, that's the bassist.
Do you think there? Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
No. I haven't got any musical talent at all.
Haven't you?
No.
But you do look like you could have been in, Kasabian. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not Kasabian, but Kasabian adjacent.
Yeah, I wish I could have supported Kasabian.
Yeah,
on tour. Yeah, I literally no musical talent. I learned guitar when I was... I actually had a joke about that. Doesn't really work very well. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, go on.
So at the age of...
a choice.
There's never a choice. I would always slip them in. At the age of 5, I learned guitar and other words. It's not bad, is it?
No, it's not bad.
It's a good, clean joke.
It's a good, clean joke. What did you think, Jackie? Did you like that one?
Say again, sir.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Well, what do you know? You weren't working, mate. He's not multitasking. This is what he does. He just walks about, pretends to be doing something, but he doesn't do anything.
Unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. You're getting
just
gold here.
You just missed a great joke.
Yeah. Plays a Hackney Empire, did a pun just for you, and you didn't even listen.
You missed a great joke about playing guitar, but don't fret.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. This is how he normally expresses joy.
Basically, if in doubt with these advice things, if
Yeah.
I can't think of anything, I'll just tell a joke about the thing.
Okay.
That's generally my get out clause with things I don't know about.
Yeah.
But we're lucky with this one because I did know a bit about this.
Yeah, it's true. You did. So get a
Yeah.
lifetime ISA,
Yeah, that's it.
and that's just it, basically.
Well, I mean, that's not going to solve the problem. But I don't know. I guess you could maybe why ask your parents to buy you one
Yeah, that is
if
true.
they're that bothered.
Yeah, that is true.
Because they could sell theirs now for a lot
Yeah.
and then move to a smaller place, and then you could have another small place. So 2 small places for the 1 big place. So that's what they should do.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Mark Simmons sorts your life out. I do like the way that you've looked at this. It's a very simplistic way, but it's very nice. It's very
Yeah.
clean.
Well, how would you look at it? Because I don't know much about stuff, really. So, so that's it's quite refreshing, really. I don't really look at the news much. I think I find it all depressing. I'm much happier without it.
Do you know what, Mark? That's actually possibly one of the wisest things I've ever heard.
Well, I was talking to a friend of mine who's in Canada because he's putting on a comedy festival over there, and he was telling me about a submarine that's been put on the board, like a French submarine that's something to do with worrying about America. And I'm like, I wish I didn't know that now. It's really depressing and worrying. So it's just la 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 la.
Do you know what, Mark? I have full power to you because doing my other show, Triggernometry, I basically talk to essentially people who are experts in their field about the world.
So this is quite refreshing.
Yeah, so this number 1 is quite refreshing. Number
I'm an
2,
expert in jokes.
You are?
I'm good at jokes. I'll put that out there.
You are? Yeah.
But that is it.
That is it. But having said, I just know too much, and you're right, it is depressing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, we shouldn't know so much.
I agree. I agree. It makes you miserable. You can't do anything about it. You just know it.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with that information?
Yeah. I can't do anything.
Yeah, it's very true. All right, next one. Dear Francis, I saw an old person steal something from a shop, and I can't decide if it was terrible or kind of iconic. What are the ethics on pensioner crime?
Oh, that's good. I've got a joke about this.
Go on.
Well, it's not about pensioners, but did you know the best criminals to rehab are shoplifters? Because you can't help people unless they're willing to help themselves. No, that's good. Come on.
Yeah, that's a good joke. That is a good joke.
Okay.
Jack like that.
That's a proper laugh.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I want to know more details. That's the problem. I
Yeah.
want to know what they stole.
Yeah.
But I think, it was from a shop? I think let them.
You reckon?
Yeah, let them. Because, I don't know, what's the worst that could happen to them? Are they going to go to prison for stealing something from a shop? Does that happen? Probably not.
No, nobody goes to prison anymore anyway.
No one goes to prison, do they?
No.
I mean, some people must go to prison.
Yeah, some people, but you don't get for an old person stealing. You know, if it's an old person nicking a sandwich.
Do you reckon they're nicking a sandwich? Yeah, I think, you know what? I think if people nick food, I kind of think that you just let them. Do you know what I mean? Because if they're hungry...
Yeah, but what happens if
That's like hunting. That's the modern day hunting.
Really?
Yeah, they're hunting their food,
Hunting.
aren't they? We used to go and kill animals, but now it's a similar thing, but they're just stalking the sandwich counter.
At Marks and Spencer's.
Yeah. They got taste then. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good sandwiches at Marks and Spencer's.
Do you like them, Marks?
Have you had their been in their cafe and had their toasties? They have cheese on the top layer.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's really good. Who would have thought? Just put a little bit of cheese on top. It just changes the game totally.
Do you think it's changed the sandwich game
But
forever?
you can't really nick that because they make that fresh. And if I'm honest, I wouldn't nick a sandwich from a shop because I've never liked shop sandwiches. I don't trust them.
You don't trust a shop sandwich?
No, because don't know where they come from. You don't know who made them. You don't know what's been mixed in it. I don't like mayonnaise.
Yeah, but what's the difference between that and a cheese toastie that you buy from the market?
Because cheese toastie has been prepared fresh and it's been toasted.
So it's therefore you're less likely to get ill.
Well, I don't even know if it's the illness. I just don't trust it. I don't know. They've just been sitting there. How long has it been sitting there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Are you quite fussy when it comes to your food?
Used to be when I was a kid, but I'm slowly learning to like other things.
Yeah.
Like I eat Nando's a lot.
Yeah.
I love a Nando's.
What would you get in your Nando's?
Oh, my Nando's. Good question. Always the same.
Yeah.
I thought
it'd be like that.
Half a hot chicken.
Yeah.
Half a chicken hot.
Yeah.
That annoys me. Sometimes because I know my order so well, I order it too quick and they always miss the hot bit. I'll say half a hot chicken. They go, what spice?
I mean, because
hot.
All their chicken is hot.
Well, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Do you think that's what they thought I meant?
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
Oh, really? Half a chicken, hot.
Yeah.
And rice. Always went for the spicy rice.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's healthier than the chips.
Yeah.
For your carb. And I've recently discovered that I like peas.
Yes.
I never liked peas before. But only if I mix them up with the rice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And I'll tell you what a new thing is for me, corn on the cob. Corn on the cob. When I was a kid, I didn't like peas, I didn't like sweet corn. And my goodness, by biting it, they just pop into your mouth. It's phenomenal.
So you're 40 years old, Mark. At what age did you discover corn on the cob?
39. Honestly. And I love it. So what I do is, it does work out more expensive because you get your two sides, but I always tag on a side as well.
Yeah.
But I make sure I'm hungry. Do you know what I mean? But I don't really enjoy corn on the cob when I'm not hungry.
No. Well, you don't tend to enjoy food as much when you're not hungry.
Yeah, but specifically the corn on the cob.
So what is it about the corn on the cob that you find so pleasurable when you're hungry?
I don't know. It's just the way it pops into your mouth. I love it. Maybe it's that kind of... Maybe it's like getting back to nature. Like just getting it off the tree and then... Do you know what I mean?
I don't think corn on the cob grows on a tree, Mark.
Well, it's from the ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a tree, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it like it grows out from the ground?
Yeah,
and it's hanging. It's hanging off a thing made of wood.
Made of wood?
That's a tree, mate.
It's a corn on the cob tree.
So tomatoes are trees, aren't they?
Yeah, no, it's a plant.
A tomato, it's not a tomato tree?
No, it's a tomato plant.
All right, well, here we go. We've got some research on corn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cornfield, of course.
Yeah, of course, that's what I thought.
Yeah. No, they're not trees, are they?
No, they're not trees, Mark.
No, that's a shame. But I am confirming that I don't know anything.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
There you go. But to be fair, I've only learned about I've only eaten the corn on the cob in the last year. I'm not supposed to know everything about it.
No, that is true.
So there you go. They look good as well, don't they? The yellow.
So you've got a penchant for yellow.
I don't mind it.
You don't mind
it's
it?
Quite fresh colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The
it is
sun.
quite. Yeah.
Sun's pretty good.
Yeah, that is true.
Quite important.
So you go to a Nando's. You have your hot chicken, hot.
Yeah.
You get spicy rice.
Yeah.
And you get your corn on the cob.
And some peas.
Yeah.
And then just a glass of water because I'm tight and I think the drinks are too expensive.
Really?
Yeah, like £4 for a refill. They get you with the refill, but no one ever refills.
Some people do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. I've never seen anyone refill. I see them get their glass, they go and have their drink, and they can't be bothered to get up and go and get another one.
Yeah. So you just have a glass of water.
And that's good for you as well.
Well, it depends. Tap water? Probably not.
Is it tap water?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I don't have ice either.
You don't have ice? Why not?
I just don't trust it.
You don't trust the ice?
No, I was told years ago you shouldn't have ice because there's a reason. I can't remember what it was, but there is a reason that the water they use for ice isn't good stuff. Or there's something about it. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. It's funny how those things stay in your head and then you live by it, but you don't know why.
You know what? That's actually quite a profound statement. There's a lot of people who just learned something or just ingested some piece of information and then they live their life by it. But you actually dig into it, you go, why? And they go, I don't know.
But there's some things I think about all the time and they're not even a big deal. Madness. So when I first started making videos and putting them out online and I'd do the subtitles, I always covered laughter. I always put laughter in brackets when people are laughing. And someone, I don't even remember who it was, I think it was a comedian, just comment. They did their own status saying something about weird that people write the laughter on their subtitles. And this was about 5 years ago. And I think about it all the time. Isn't that weird? I just always think about that thing. Why is that stuck in my head so much? Because I think you need to put the laughter there, because the people that are deaf, they need to know that people are laughing, don't they?
That is true. That is true. I'm going to be honest with you, Mark. I think you've got quite a unique brain, mate.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I do. I do think you've got quite a unique brain.
It's just jokes in there. It's just jokes.
Yeah, but I think, but you know what? I do know what you mean, because sometimes people, especially at a gig where it can be quite hard to hear the laughs unless they've been amplified.
Not my gigs, mate. But yeah, you're right. There are some rooms where, specifically with a high ceiling, where the laughs just disappear.
Yeah.
And you can be up on stage thinking, this is really hard work. Yeah. And then you speak to the acts who are at the back of the room, and they're like, no, it was like really good. And then if you look at your camera afterwards, the laughs are great. But you're not getting it. So that's why you've always got to treat a gig that like it's going well, basically.
Yeah, even though it's going badly.
It never happens, mate.
Never happens. So you're all for it, basically, Mark?
Well, I'm not like, it's not my shop. It depends what it is, really.
Yeah.
I just feel like respect to them for having a go. Do you know what I mean? Do you think, are you against it? You think, I mean, I don't think you should steal, but I just feel like if it's a little pensioner, it doesn't have to be little, I suppose. You know what? As I get older, I'm getting more right wing. Okay.
And
what's that got to do with stealing?
Well, because I believe that if you shouldn't steal stuff.
No, but what if it's a right-wing pensioner stealing it?
Even less. Because you believe in law and order.
Yeah. No, I do believe in law and order. Like, I do think you should behave, but it's a pensioner. And, I mean, they should tell us what they've stolen.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's the cash register, then that's a different thing. But if it's an apple...
Can you imagine Doris walking out with the cash register?
Yeah. But also, they might have. So it is possible to forget to pay for something.
Yeah.
As well. So maybe that's what happened.
Yeah.
I believe in sort of seeing the best in people. So I think that maybe they just forgot. Like, I forgot this podcast was happening today.
Yes, you did. And I did remind you yesterday, didn't I?
And I was thinking about it all yesterday. But then, and what's so mad is I did a gig last night, stone throw away from here.
Yeah.
I could have got a hotel, just stayed there. It was so much easier.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
I did find it funny that I reminded you yesterday, and I'm like, where's Mark? I missed you. Oh, mate, I forgot.
There is nothing worse than that. I mean, it can't have been great for you because you were here. And I'm sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
But the feeling you get
it's awful.
when you realise that you've forgotten something important. It's like, it's that cold sweat.
Yeah.
And then you got all your decision making. You're like, what happens now? Can I get there in time? And I'm chuffed that you said yeah. So I was half expecting you to say no, and I was going to feel really bad, but I don't feel so bad now.
But that is good. I mean, I didn't, as it were, but I was taking a flight home from America, and it's a long flight, and I was like, right, I'm going to take half an edible.
Oh, lovely.
And then I'm going to be able to chill out on the plane and relax, have a little doze, maybe watch a movie, because it's an overnight flight back to the UK.
Yeah.
So I took my edible. It was great. I was queuing up to go back, and I went, oh, my passport.
Oh, no.
And I've got a visa in my passport as well, which costs thousands of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It means I can come and go in America whenever I please. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I was like, and you just feel like your mouth go dry, the back of your neck starts getting sweaty, that cold sweat, and our palpitations.
I'm feeling anxious.
And then I was going through my bag, and I was like, I can't find it, and the queue was getting closer and closer, and I'm like, oh my God. And I was staying in Airbnb, and I was like, am I going to be able to get back? Is it been nicked? And I'm checking my pocket's not there, and it got to the front in my back pocket.
Are you Wally?
Yeah.
But that feeling, it's the same feeling when you think you've lost your phone.
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst. Because the phone is everything now.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's weird because now it's not just you lose your phone, but it's before, but you're the same age as me. We remember the Nokia 3210. That was all your phone numbers. That was a pain in the arse.
Love it.
Yeah, because you had to get all your mates' phone numbers again. But it's not that. It's like your bank details. They can access your bank. They can access everything.
Well, I had my phone nicked. And I was right, this is embarrassing really that I fell for this because I knew this was a technique.
Yeah.
Or I'd heard of similar techniques.
Yeah.
And I was in prayer and this guy comes in, homeless guy asking for money.
Oh, with the piece of paper.
With the piece of paper.
Yeah.
And the trouble I had was, so my phone was there, everyone was quite close to me, but I was editing videos and I had my headphones in. So because he was starting to talk to me and I had my headphones in, I was like, no, sorry, no. Do you know what I mean? And, and he had this bit of paper with some writing on it. He was trying to get me to read it. And I was just like, well, I don't know what and then literally as soon as he walked out, I realised, and that had that same feeling. And I had so much trouble because I couldn't remember any of my logins for any of my O2 or anything like that. So the whole process was really stressful. So that's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Is getting back to normal.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. Brutal, brutal, brutal. All right, let's go to the next one, please, Jackie. Dear Francis, I have a deep fear that I've peaked in high school and I've been steadily declining ever since. How do I snap out of this spiral before I start reminiscing about the prom like a washed-up quarterback? We also have a big American audience who watch us.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's why.
Yeah. I'm quite sad about my prom.
Why?
Because I was very shy at school.
Yeah.
And I avoided it. I didn't go.
You didn't go?
No, and I'm really... There's a photo on Facebook the other day, and it had from the prom, everyone from school, and I wasn't in it. I was like, so sad, because that was such a different person to me now. Because now, like, I can't believe I do this as a living, like, on stage and so comfortable in front of people. But back then, I was so self-conscious and shy.
But weren't you a
like,
martial artist at that age?
Yeah. Interesting that, because that is the only thing I actually taught martial arts because my dad taught. So I would take his class sometimes because I was doing it since I was a kid. And in front of a taekwondo class, I was confident and I could do it. Like, it wasn't an issue. I don't know what the difference is, but at school I was just,
Because I would think a large part for me about confidence is about, particularly male confidence, is knowing how to defend yourself when you're at school. Like, if you think a large part of where your confidence comes from as a boy, as a young person, is tied to your physicality. But you must have done martial arts, so you must have always been known how to defend yourself. And if someone tried to physically bully you, you must have been able to.
I didn't get bullied. I just wasn't confident, and I think the girl thing as well, because you're meant to ask a girl to the prom and all that, and that wasn't something that I was confident with back then. So I just, and dancing, the idea of dancing, scared the life out of me at that age. So I just thought all of those things, it's like my nightmare. But all my friends went, and like I had loads of friends at school, and I got on with everyone. I played sports, so sort of the cool kids I got on with. And then, I got I was sort of like an in-betweenery sort of person between all the different, because I was quite good academically for my school. Yeah. It wasn't a good school, but I was in the top classes. So like the clever kids, I was friends with them because of that. But the actual, just that, I don't know what it was. But the me now thinks it's mad that I didn't go. Do you know what I mean? It's quite, but then I guess that does show how I've grown as a person. Because my second year of sixth form is when I got more confident. And that coincided with me working at a cinema. Yeah. And I'd have to be in front of everyone selling popcorn and all that. So I got a lot of confidence when I was doing that because it became like a performance. Yeah. And so I've kind of tricked myself into being a confident person, I think, because I just put on a show. I go overconfident. So if someone came in, because before, if someone told you, I would like sort of shy away, but I'd be like, hey guys, what are we after? Do you know what I mean? Like, which I guess is like acting really. Yeah. But looking back on it. But so anyways, what's the question?
This person has a
so he's the opposite of me.
Yeah. Like, because there are those people,
Is it a man?
Yeah. Like,
quarterback.
There's, particularly in America, there's this person. I think American sports are great on the one hand. I'm not really a fan of them as in spec, but I like the kind of system. But you can be like a quarterback for your high school team and play to an arena of like 15,000 people. Or you can be like a college quarterback and you can play to arenas of 80,000 people. Imagine being 19, 20 and being famous at your university and playing to stadiums of 80,000 people every other week or every week.
I'd have loved that.
I mean, I would have been a total cunt.
Would you?
Yeah. Yes.
I always wanted to be, like, sport was my thing when I was growing up. And I worked in sport for years. after, 'cause I did sports science at uni and then all sorts of other things. Worked at Kent University sports department. So that was always my dream, is to be the best sporting person at such and such. So that would have literally been incredible. But I always did sports that weren't impressive to people.
Like what?
Okay, it was girls I was wanting to impress.
Well, yeah, that's the only reason any of us do anything.
So I've got some really embarrassing things. So as the first thing is, I always wanted to dunk the basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball was my sport. And you see it in films, in American high schools, and they're dunking and everyone's going crazy. I was thinking, no, that's it. I don't know how to dunk the ball. No one ever came to games. But no one ever saw. It wasn't impressive. So, do you know what I mean? In the UK. So that was embarrassing.
Were you good at basketball?
I was pretty good. I played National League under 18s and then university, and then I stopped playing when I left uni.
You should have gone to America.
No, I wasn't tall enough. So I'm 6'3.5", right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't normally say the half, but it's,
Yeah, but size matters.
But this is interesting maybe about sports development in this country. So I was always the tallest guy in my team.
Yeah.
Which meant I always played centre.
Yeah.
So I learned how to play centre. That's how they taught me.
Yeah.
But my height, if I was going to go to the high levels, I should be a point guard.
Yeah.
Because Kobe Bryant was my height.
Yeah.
I think. But because of the situation in the team, I never learned how to be a point guard. So that's actually stopped me being able to sort of go to a higher level.
There you go.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Whereas you'd think that, I don't know, you'd hope as a coach would have the foresight to go, well,
No, but it makes sense.
They want their team to win.
Yeah, and if you were good in the centre, you were good in the centre.
I wasn't really very good in the centre.
Weren't you?
No, because the other teams are bigger people than me.
There's women watching this. You can say you were great, but you got an injury. Otherwise, you would have been playing for the Chicago Bulls.
So this is really embarrassing. So I also played tennis.
Yeah.
And there's a girl that lived in the there's like a sports and social club where I grew up. Tennis courts right next to there, and they had a flat above the sports and social club. And this girl I really fancied, really liked her. So I thought the way to get her attention is I would go to the tennis court on my own and practice my serve, right?
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Because I've got a big serve.
Is that a euphemism?
No. And I thought that would be impressive to her.
Yeah.
But now I look at it, I'm like, all that told her is if she saw me out there is that I've got no friends. That's so embarrassing. But in my head, I was like, yeah, if she sees I've got a really fast serve, she'll think, I don't know what. But that was why I used to do it. Oh, God, it's embarrassing.
So she would have thought, I want him to serve me.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I thought would be. I don't know. I just thought I wanted to think, oh, he's an athlete, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it must look so sad. I mean, but although going and doing that did make me a better tennis player.
Yeah, of course it did.
But yeah, no, it wasn't cool.
And you're also deeply sexually frustrated at the same time because you're smashing balls. That might be where the
power came from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd love that. Anyway, so what does this person do?
Oh, how do they snap out of it?
Yeah.
Get a hobby.
Just get a hobby.
Do something you love. That's what they should do.
All right.
Because it sounds like they're just sort of stuck in their whatever they're doing, and I don't think they like it.
Yeah. So
find a passion.
What's your passion?
My passion is comedy, and that's a sad answer, but I really, really love it. So that's So doing comedy changed my life totally. It's literally the best thing ever. You get some performers they do it and they're really good at it, but they don't really like it. Can't understand that. I think it's the best. It's just the best job. Like I never really wanted. So I never had a plan because I was shy in that. I didn't ever have a plan to be a comedian. It's just my mate was doing the open mic circuit and convinced me to have a go. And then when I got a laugh, I was like, oh, I feel confident when I get a laugh.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a plan. So TV and things wasn't ever really my goal. I just really wanted to be able to tour.
Yeah.
Because I get to do the thing that you do to people that like it is all I ever wanted. So I'm very happy. So
well, that's why you're successful.
Find a passion.
I agree with you. That's why you're successful, because obviously you're very good and you're very funny, but also you love what you do, and that's infectious.
Yeah, I guess so.
If people don't love what they do, you can see it in them.
Yeah,
it's not an attractive quality. If people don't enjoy what they're doing, you go, oh, this is kind of
And it sounds like he liked being a quarterback.
Yeah.
The fact that he's still talking about it. So maybe go and coach a football team.
Yeah.
Go and live vicariously through your team.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I love coaching. Taekwondo, I used to really enjoy coaching.
Did you?
Yeah, I was a pretty good coach. I think if I didn't do comedy, I think I probably would have opened like a Taekwondo schools. I think that would have been my thing.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it. I used to coach the university Taekwondo club at the student nationals every year.
Yeah.
And we did really well. Like, got lots of gold medals. My favourite one, this is quite fun. There was this Korea, so Taekwondo's from South Korea.
Yeah.
And they're very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this group of South Koreans who were in the tournament. And I think they were in some sort of exchange program with one of these universities. And they were walking around like they were gods.
Yeah.
And they were so good.
Yeah.
And they were winning everything.
Yeah.
And my fighter, who was my best fighter,
Yeah.
he got in the final. But I'd really, against one of these, and I'd really watched how they do everything.
Yeah.
And I just said to him, just don't interact with them at all day. Just don't say anything to them. Just stare. And that's kind of like an intimidating thing, but that's not the reason. Because what they would do is they would talk to each other in Korean.
Yeah.
And so the coach would be telling them what to do in Korean, but they didn't know that my fighter was also Korean. So because they didn't know that, he knew what they were planning because they were so openly shouting instructions in Korean. So he just knew what to expect, and we beat one quite comfortably. So I think that's my favourite coaching moment.
There you go.
Yeah. And
So
their face afterwards when he spoke to him in Korean was so funny.
Boom. So you had like a mole.
Yeah, undercover.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, because technically they were probably better fighters because they were like Korean national team, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
But you fucked them up.
yeah, it's just using this.
Using a bit of that.
Yeah,
And also, being a bit cunning.
yeah.
Good. We got time for one more, Jack? Yeah. Dear Francis, we've got time for two more. Dear Francis, my friend keeps saying we're in our villain era, but all we do is order 2 desserts. Is this just how people talk now?
What? We're in our villain. I don't know what that means.
I think that what it means is like we're being a bit naughty.
Okay. Is that a thing people say? I mean,
I've never heard it. I've never heard this.
Oh, maybe it's an American thing as well.
You know, we come from the comedy world where people are in
Sounds
their
like
villain
they're in
era.
their vanilla era. That's got to make a clip, surely.
I love how delighted you are with that.
Oh, I love it. I love comedy, mate. Jokes are my favourite thing.
What's your favourite joke?
My favourite joke? That's too hard. There's loads of jokes I love.
All right, give me a joke you love.
So Lee Mack's joke where he says, I remember my grandmother's last words. She said, "What are you doing in here with that hammer?" Which I just think, it just opens such a visual, it's beautiful. And also the way he delivers that so much better than me because the way he suddenly goes into his manic voice.
Yeah.
So funny. And I love the old Bob Monkhouse joke where he says, when I told people I was going to be a comedian, they laughed. They're not laughing now. Which is such a perfect joke. But I actually really got annoyed because in the film Joker, the first one, he does that joke on the TV show that he's on. And they sell it like he's done a bad joke. Yeah. Really annoys me because it's not a bad joke.
It's a great joke.
Yeah, but it's sold really like they're all saying like that in the audience. And I'd love to talk to the guy who like wrote it or whatever, just to work out what his angle was with that joke. It's weird.
You know my favourite joke? It's an old circuit joke, and you know that. It's where you do like a crap gig, and the headliner would go up on stage. You know where I'm going with this?
Not yet.
And he'd go, they say you play this room.
Oh, yeah.
Work twice in your career. Once on the way up, once on the way down. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It is.
But I wonder how those jokes become, because I've heard lots of different comedians do those jokes.
Yeah.
And it's funny how some jokes just do become anyone, because there's a big thing in comedy that you don't do other people's jokes and you do your own stuff. But somehow there are certain jokes that squeeze through.
Yeah.
There's a classic one where you go, and I've seen a million versions of this. I've seen definitely more than one version of it on Live at Apollo.
Yeah.
Where they go, we've all got a smelly friend, haven't we? We've all got a smelly friend. And if you're thinking to yourself, I haven't, it's you. And there's so many different versions of that. We've all got an annoying friend. We've all got this.
Yeah.
We've all got, and it's always the same. And I mean, it always annoys me now because it's like, well, it's not your joke. You're just inserting your own structure into it. But there's loads of those that sort of do the rounds. And that one is, but it's probably because they're so good.
It's beautiful.
Because you can't lose with that joke. Those jokes probably never fail.
Yeah.
And it's like a go-to, isn't it? And also, as a headliner, that's quite a nice in.
Yeah.
If it's a tough gig as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're addressing that it's a bit of a tough gig.
Yeah.
So then you're putting everyone at ease that he knows that this isn't great. And then he does a killer line.
Yeah.
Or her, or she.
Yeah. But it's always great. I can't remember who it was. It was when I started out, I played with someone who was bigger in TV, like in the 90s and the noughties. And then they'd like slip down to do, the circuit mirth control gigs, which are these regional gigs.
Yeah.
And he's kind of wandered up on stage in an old battered suit.
Have you got someone in mind?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think I do. And they just said that,
I had someone in mind, and that's why I said he.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, that gives away that.
Yeah. But the way he just said it, and I was just like, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then I found out that everyone had done it, but it didn't. It was just encapsulated.
Oh, with that one I just said about the everyone's got that smelly friend.
Yeah.
Apparently, Adam Bloom wrote it.
Really?
Yeah, that's what. I don't know if he told me or someone told me he did, but that's apparently he. But so that's quite cool, like annoying for him. But essentially, he's written something that is out there forever.
Yeah. There's some lines that are just now part of the general lexicon of language, like, it's pointless, like changing deck chairs on the Titanic. Somebody wrote that.
I've never heard of it.
You've never heard the phrase, that's pointless. That's like changing deck chairs on the Titanic.
No.
Have you never heard that?
No.
Jack, you've heard that, haven't you?
That's so weird. Like, you heard it in stand-up or just in general?
No, just in general.
Really?
Yeah, another one is like, that's as pointless as Anne Frank's drum kit.
I've heard none of these.
You've never heard that's as pointless as Anne Frank's drum kit?
No, I haven't.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it all works.
Yeah, but there's so many of these type of jokes that I'm just like, that have now kind of bled into like, your mum's seen more helmets than Hitler.
Again,
Have you never heard that? Have you heard that one?
No, my mum's a saint.
Do you know, it was all like these playground cusses that we used to do when we were kids.
Yeah.
They were stock.
That's funny because, like, we didn't really have to play that thing so much with your mum jokes and all that.
Didn't you?
In our school. No, it wasn't as common, I don't think.
We used to love them. We used to love them. Like, your mum's like a rugby pitch. She'll give anyone a try.
Nice. Very good.
There were loads of them. Yeah, that was a classic. Your mum's seen more helmets than Hitler.
But I've had a joke nicked online.
Yeah.
And it's now, like, on greetings cards and all sorts, and like no reference to me at all, but I'm definitely the person that wrote it because there's no other evidence anywhere before me. Because it was on my Waterstones. I went to Waterstones, asked a woman, she got any books about turtles? She said hardback. I was like, yep, and little heads. And I always know it's stolen from me because the little heads bit is that's the key bit for getting the visual.
Yeah.
And it used to really bug me because people would tweet it and they get way more tweets than I ever got.
Yeah.
And it used to really bother me. But now I got into the mindset after that of I just got to write loads more jokes and not worry about it if people do nick some of them because it's going to happen. It's annoying. But now, it's in people's joke books. It's on greetings cards. And it's because in Edinburgh, when you get on the best jokes of the fringe lists, they do just literally take it and then run with it, which is really annoying.
It is because it's your intellectual property.
Yeah, but there's nothing you can do about it because I've looked into it. But
I mean, you can hunt them down and have them executed.
That's true. The advantage I've got is when they're put on in those papers, that does help.
Yeah.
Sort of get your name out there.
Yeah.
And then you just be like, well, that joke's dead. It's like the Joke of the Fringe. I won Joke of the Fringe last year with a joke, and it hasn't really worked since because too many people know it.
What is it?
I was going to sail around the globe in the world's smallest ship, but I bottled it. But I'll do it now. But whenever I do it, I have to preempt it by going, it just doesn't really work so much now, but
Yeah.
I tell you it anyway. And then that kind of does make them relax and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But if I just do it, that's a trouble with jokes. It's not like music where if you heard a song, you can enjoy it again. If you know the surprise, the twist, then you're not going to laugh.
Do you ever write a dark joke and then go, I can't really do it because...
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I still try. I try to work out how to do them, as in how to get them in. So I've got sections in my show because I never sit and write a dark joke. I don't ever. That's not really how I write. I don't go, well, this is a dark topic, and I write a joke about it. But if I come up with some wordplay, and the only way that it sort of works within it is a dark topic, it's like death. People don't really like jokes about death too much. They don't laugh as much about death. But I have written some. But the way in my tour show, the last one, available on YouTube, Crip Off the Mark, I have a section where I do a joke about death, and then I say to the audience, people don't really like jokes about death. And then that allows me to then do some more. Yeah. Because I say to them, but they're just wordplay. Do you know what I mean? You don't worry about it. The death bit isn't actually important. That's not the funny bit. It's just the way it's framed. Yeah. Like, would you like to hear one of those?
Go
on. What one should I do? Okay, this one gets people a bit tense. So, hang on. Okay, so I read an article about a guy that suffocated his mother with a pillow. Not the best start for a joke, is it? The thing is, I feel sorry for the pillow because memory foam has got to live with that. so essentially, it's a memory foam joke. Yeah. But I had to add the element of the other bit. But if I don't do the preamble and I just start and say about suffocating his mother with a pillow, my audience don't like me saying that. Yeah. Unless I've made them relax before it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Whereas, like, say Anthony Jeselnik, who's known for doing harder stuff. I mean, that's not even hard for him. Yeah,
no. That's a little entree for him.
Yeah, so they wouldn't like batter an eye at that. Yeah. So it all depends on you and how you present yourself, but it's quite nice that I've worked a way to do those jokes because I do have to sort of preempt it.
Yeah. There you go. So is this just how people talk now?
Oh, what are we looking at? As in, okay, so I don't really understand. This is how people talk now.
Yeah, it is.
In our villain era. Yeah, I guess so. Like, oh, look at us, we're bad. Yeah. We're being naughty when you're not really. Yeah. I love a dessert.
Yeah, so do I. Favourite dessert?
I just love ice cream. But
favourite flavour?
Well, ice cream with bits in.
Yeah.
When I went to America for that first time and I had a Dairy Queen with a blizzard, it blew my mind because that was before McFlurries were over here. Yeah. My goodness, it was the best thing I've ever had. I love it. Next.
Dear Francis, my dad is obsessed with watching war documentaries, but he's never ever been in a fist fight. But he's never even been in a fist fight, sorry. Should I be concerned?
No. It's interesting, isn't it? It's fascinating. Yeah. And I think especially if you've never been in a fight because you're fascinated by it because you're like, I don't even know how that happens. Like how you can, yes. I love learning about First and Second World War at school. That was all from Blackadder. That started my, that's first sort of taught me how, the trenches and everything. That got me an interest in that. Just fascinating, just crazy. With the trench warfare, I do think it's over the top. There you go. That joke works with the Royal Rumble as well.
Really?
In wrestling.
Go on, do the wrestling version.
The Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
That's over the top. Because they have to chuck them over the top rope, people that don't know about wrestling.
There you go.
There you go, multi-purpose joke there. Should I be concerned? I don't think that's concerning.
That's just what older blokes do.
Yeah.
Do you feel yourself starting to get into World War II documentaries as you approach your... Well, you're in your 40 now, as you're getting into your 40s?
No. But if there's a good film, like a real film, then I'll watch that. I do. Was it 1917? Oh,
1917, yeah. Which is obviously it's World War One.
Love that film.
Really? I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good. So good, and the way it's shot's really interesting because it's like it's all one shot. Yeah, it's just following them on this journey, and there's a scene at the end where he runs across the trenches. Just gives me goosebumps every time. It's so good. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, so if it's a good war film, I'm into it. But
Saving Private Ryan's brilliant.
I think documentaries give me 10 years and then I'll sort of get more into it.
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan's excellent.
It is indeed. Mark, thank you so much for coming on the show. If people want to check out your stuff, if people want to follow you, if people want to go and see you live, what is the best way to do that?
marksimmons.co.uk has got everything on it. It's got all my tour dates and it's got a link to my comedy special on YouTube called Quip Off the Mark.
Google Quip Off the Mark.
Yeah. And I've got a podcast called Jokes with Mark Simmons where we chat about jokes that can't get to work.
There you go. So if you're a bit of a comedy nerd, and there are many that will watch this, it's a great podcast. I really recommend you all go check it out. Thank you so much. We're going to see you again. Make sure to like and subscribe, leave a review, go give Mark a follow, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.